They didn't have the infrastructure in place at the time, et cetera. And it was really about 6 communities that formed a couple of groups to start looking at where do we get Lake Michigan water from. Make a long story short, instead of starting our own water agency, one by one we petitioned CLC Java out of Lake Bluff. They were serving Lake Bluff, Libertyville, Mundelein, Grays Lake, Gurney, Round Lake Beach, Round Lake Heights, Round Lake Park. And so we thought, boy, if they could support us, we'd love to tie into them. And so CLC Java had the capacity to support what became the North Group for construction purposes, Lakeville, Lindenhurst, Granwood Park, and Fox Lake Hills. And then later, Volo and Wakanda, who had also obtained water allocation from the state, formed the West Group, and for construction purposes, they started up. And again, we got this water. I call it the infinite supply of water, Lake Michigan. You may argue with me as a scientist that someday, in some millennium, Lake Michigan may dry up. But for my lifetime, your lifetime, everybody in here, our kids, our grandkids, there will be an adequate supply of Lake Michigan water. And oh, by the way, it's a high quality. CLC Java and the technology that we deploy there is one of the best around. Other countries come to tour that facility in Lake Bluff to see all the great things we do with water. So it costs more, yes, but it's an infinite supply, and whether you're building a home, you're going to buy a home, you're going to start a business, you want an adequate and a good supply of water. Every time you turn on that faucet, you want to make sure that water's coming out and it's a good supply. And so I was a trustee at the time when we voted to go with CLC Java. I said this was probably the biggest decision that the Lindenhurst Village Board would ever make, given the impact not just to our current residents, but to future generations.
It's before you guys had the project and brought the water in, we would hear all the time from buyers, I don't like the smell of Lindenhurst water, so we don't want to look there. Now, we still have some people who don't know.